Okay, so we released an initial review just after seeing, I was about to say A Quiet Place, the Silence movie on Netflix. And after sitting here and thinking for a while, I wanted to bring up the stuff that really bothered me about the movie. The concept was good, the movie was good. It wasn't a great, fantastic movie, and it definitely wasn't on par with a movie like Quiet Place. But it had its moments. I did like some of the things they explored in this movie. However, there were some stuff that was really reminiscent of a sci-fi movie that made you question and be like, what the frick is going on? Here are the questions I had about the movie, or things that just didn't make sense to me. It's an age-old question, just like The Quiet Place. If you know that silence is key and these creatures have hyper acute hearing, why not use sound as a weapon? I mean, thoughts? I mean, we didn't really catch it right off the bat with The Quiet Place, or the people didn't, because they're like, it's sound, way after all the militaries have been dying. But right off the bat, they're broadcasting everywhere that quiet, social media, everywhere that this is what is causing people to die if they make noise. These creatures have extremely sensitive hearing. Why not distract them with sound? Why not have something like a stadium playing loud music somewhere else to keep these things there? Why not have some cars with car alarms going off in one area? Like, people are dying left and right, and they don't have to die, especially early on when they realize what it is that works against these creatures. Why not have a high-pitched thing being played to burst out their eardrums? I mean, this should not have gone on as long as it did, but with movies like this, people are perpetually stupid. Why must movies like this have crazy people like this? I mean, I get why they put them there for like added drama, but was it really necessary? I think the movie could have done without these dudes. It's just really weird. Like, okay, people crucify people somewhere. But come on. Seriously? Seriously. Why? What is the purpose of this? It doesn't need to be there. Next, Allie, the girl, says that CNN is broadcasting from some bunker someplace. I don't know how that works, but what's more questionable is how she's able to still be on social media after all this happens. Okay, so everything goes dark, and then at the end of the movie, when they reach North, she's connected to Wi-Fi. Now, I may be an idiot, but I own an iPad and an iPhone, and I'm just like, okay, come on now. They're in North. Everything is down, but she's somehow connected to Wi-Fi. Unless something changed in the last few years, this symbol right here means that you are currently connected to Wi-Fi. She's still able to chat on social media, even though she was cut off previously, then she just connects all of a sudden? Where? What? How is that happening? How did the family flush the toilet? Does that really matter? Or does the house have enough insulation that they can't hear that? The most interesting thing about the movie really is the monsters and those few scenes or circumstances where you can imagine yourself in that circumstance. But overall, aside from Glenn, I really don't have any real love or connection to the characters. Can people use bicycles? I mean, maybe not when it's not raining, but if it's raining or there's enough cover of noise, like there's thunder and whatever, I'm pretty sure you could use a bicycle or even a car. Like Pitch Black, with creatures as voracious as this, how is it that they even survived down there as long as they did? You'd think that creatures like this would have a slower metabolism, there being not that much food with them being trapped in this pocket of the earth somewhere. But they're like piranhas. They eat through flesh and just keep eating over and over again. When the girl went to take Otis to go pee, why did she have to go so frickin' far? I mean, there was grass closer by. When they were in the pharmacy, why did she cry out? I mean, you know what these things are. Why are you going so close to them, not knowing what they are, and then letting out a peep? Stay away from it. Jesus. You can have a good movie without people being really, really stupid. You can look back and say, you know what, this probably would have been a better way to do this, but outwardly doing something that's just blatantly stupid, like no thought went into it whatsoever, especially with death looming. It just seems like a lazy way to write. Another thing I thought, and I understand why they did this, because of The Quiet Place, but why did the little girl have to be deaf? I get that A Quiet Place had that, and you have to have those moments where it's like, okay, conveniently everyone can use sign language. But I would love to see the challenge of a family who is in a situation like this, but don't use sign language. We had Bird Box, but Bird Box is more for vision. It's not really for silence. So this is like a blatant copy off A Quiet Place, and you could even put a different concept as to how a family that didn't happen to have a convenient deaf daughter in their midst how they would survive without the use of sign language. I just thought that that would have been a little bit better. That would have been something that we'd have liked seeing. When the grandmother starts coughing in the car, she knows that these things are dangerous. Why don't you stuff your mouth with your clothes? Like, even if it escapes you, the first thing that I would do would be like, oh crap, stuff my clothing inside my mouth. Like, that's the first thing I would do to try and protect my family. What exactly happened to this couple that's lying there? Did they inject themselves with needles or something? Because they have these little holes in their necks, and obviously they did this together, so this was a choice that they made. But maybe it went over my head. I don't really understand how it is that they died here. That's not really a complaint. That's just a legitimate question that I'm asking, because I don't know. Okay, was this the best movie ever? No. Was it an interesting concept? Yes, I did like the concept. I do like the creatures, and I think it was an okay movie. However, there are a lot of things that could have been done better, and because they were trying to cram so much in it, it did seem like it was rushed a little bit, including the ending that was just like really, really forward. I don't know what happened with the ending, but it wasn't realistic in my opinion. One thing I can't appreciate is that they actually ended the movie. I don't like when people leave stuff open. They're like, hey, you want to see a part 2? No. This movie is something that should have been self-contained. It was akin to a sci-fi movie that you would see. So yes, it was a fun concept. I like the concept of the movie. But yeah, those are the main complaints. If you guys can think of any other complaints you had about the movie, list them in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. This has been Ulturi. You ask, we answer.